Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2. This is going to be episode number 29, and it is going to be a little bit on the longer side, because not only are we going to Agrabah and wrapping all of that up, we will also be going and dealing with one of the previous organizational members that we have defeated in the past. So in a previous game, Sora defeated a few organizational members. We've been seen periodically in these videos, like those symbols just appear on the map and we can go and redo the battles. But I honestly usually pay them no mind. Like, I never go back and do those organizational battles on a typical Let's Play. But I was grinding here after I was filming this episode, and I probably spent about an hour and change just ranking up Sora, getting him to the accurate level he's supposed to be at this point in the game, and using some more of the forms, leveling those up as well, like the drive forms. But while I was doing that, I just figured for shits and giggles we would go and fight this organizational member, and I actually ended up winning. So I figured I would include that in the episode, because it is something different to do. But here you go, you can see the merchant has all these nice gifts, and we saw Jafar is back from our little cutscene there, but we're looking for somebody from Organization 13. He's like, I most certainly haven't seen one, of course being as shady as always. But here comes Aladdin. They're like, don't let him get out of your sight. And he's gone. And Abu doesn't even know where he went. And he let him out of the lamp. Jafar is out and about. We get some backstory here, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know how much we needed to see this, but we see it. We see Jafar just being like, ha 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 ha. Okay, Jafar. Just doing Jafar shit, I guess. I don't know. It's entertaining, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Just Jafar being Jafar. Iago was there, so tell us more, Iago. He's like, I told you everything I know. It's your one chance, Iago. If you're lying, we're gonna light you on fire. That's what we're gonna do. It's like, I know where he is. Okay, well, tell us. Iago, like, you already shared that you know where he is. Of course, we're not gonna, like, just let you walk away from this man. You gotta tell us. He finally does. He's in the desert ruins. We'll let Goofy take that place there. It seems like the leveling has been fixed a lot more. Like, Donald and Goofy are very close in level. Like, they share some of the leveling there. But here I'm just going through some of my abilities and stuff. Probably should have cut this out if I'm going to be honest. Normally I do, but I guess this time around I forgot. Like I said, this one is going to be a little bit just more sidetracked than other episodes. We are going to focus on, like, a lot of the little missions here, which also shows why some of the time is up there. But, you know, it is what it is. Every now and then you get a little bit of a longer video when it comes to this stuff, and right now we're staring at our limit abilities. But you can see all of these forms, I believe they have 3 levels for Valor, Wisdom, Limit, and Master, and that's what we'll need in order to get, like, a dodge roll and some of the other cooler abilities. There is one more. There's actually 2 that aren't showing here. There's, like, Anti-Sora and Final Form. Final Form is what we need for Glide. I was doing some research and figured that out, so we won't have Glide until way late in the game, which is kind of a shame, but that's alright. We'll get that eventually, and then I'll have maybe just a grindy episode where we just bang out all of Glide's abilities. And there you can see, like, right to the left before I saved, that's what, like, the old organization spawn points look like. So you can go back and defeat members of the organization that we've already dealt with through these. But we're not doing that one in particular. When we get to the one that we want to do, we'll go through it. But here, this is just a quick Heartless battle. I decided to leave this one in just because, yeah, I am doing some of the forms as well. Like, just trying to level these guys up as much as humanly possible. But, not a big deal. You know, sometimes it's fun to capture some of the actual gameplay stuff as well. And I didn't realize, like, once we beat all the stuff in the Hercules world, we actually got a new Keyblade that's better than the Keyblades we have equipped. So we'll be going and switching that in the post as well. So when it jumps to the organizational battle and I have a different Keyblade, I didn't do anything really special to go and get that. But there you can see we leveled up that form to Form 2, which is nice. And it splits it up, right? Sora gets some abilities, and also the form itself gets some abilities. So I'm less concerned with the form's abilities and more concerned with the forms that actually switch over to Sora. Because those are the ones that we're going to be able to use all the time. The form's abilities we can only use when we're in the form, so makes sense. I care a lot more about the ones that Sora directly inherits versus the ones that we can only use when we're in the form, because I don't like using the forms if I don't have to. They're a good way to cheap out of some fighting elements, but that's about it. And Genie's like, I could take care of this. Give me a call. Who are you gonna call? The Blue Genie. There he comes out of the sky, taking his good old time. And I am a little worn down today. I'm sure that shows in my voice here in this recording. I definitely, Saturday night, had one heck of a night. So sometimes that rolls into the video. So I do think a lot of the videos this week are going to be like pretty all over the place and scattered. I'm hoping that's not the case, but we got a lot of exciting stuff coming out this week for Kingdom Hearts 2, and a ton of exciting stuff coming out for Pokemon, especially on Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, both days they're really packed full episodes, so it's probably going to be a big week for the videos here on the channel. So if you like watching them in any regard, this is going to be probably a pretty good week for yourself. So feel free to check out all of it as it comes out this week. As always, hope you're having a snazzy start to your week, but there we go. Genie took care of it, and he's kind of mocking it, being like, I could have done a lot more. You know, let me know when I can do a lot more for the group, which is alright. It's Genie being Genie. Man, it stinks with all these. Like, I didn't cut out the saving and stuff, because we probably could have got it closer down to 30 minutes if I did that. But I would expect that in the rest of the week's videos, just not the videos in this episode. Or just not this episode in particular. I'm just trying to make sure we have something out there for Monday, because the voice recordings are going to be pretty hectic this week. But outside of that, it'll be status quo. No need to worry. All the videos will be coming out as per usual. Here we go. We have, like, I would call this like little side missions. I know it's like technically not, but in this area it kind of is. Like, there's just a bunch of like small stuff going on here that we have to deal with, and it's not that it's not fun or that it's boring, but it's just, it sort of is what it is. That might be the best way to put it, but we'll get through it. We have to follow Jafar's shadow here, and at first I don't really understand like how the dynamics work of flying this thing, but you know, as we understand it more, we will use it more. I guess that's a short way to put it. But here we go, we're fighting through everybody now. And there we go. We defeated a little bit of it there, and then Jafar spawns again. Sorry, I was a little sidetracked there for a minute. Now we have to follow Jafar all around. I thought about going and getting that kingdom emblem, but I'll go through and get it at a later point in time. There's a much better point that we actually have to get it. And here's where you can see it's like Jafar's casting spells. We have to stop him, but I can't figure out how to like lower myself. Eventually I do figure it out, and it's not bad. But once we figure that out, this whole section's a breeze here. And there is another section of this that you'll see in a minute, but this section is comparatively really, really simple to like most things we're doing at this point in the game. Even the boss battle for this world, I find like ungodly easy compared to like everything else that we've been dealing with. We've only really had that one organizational fight that was a pain in the neck, and that's just because I don't have block equipped. Otherwise, that would have been real easy to take care of as well. But yeah, it is odd. The game's telling us it's like you should be level, I think it said 39 or 40 for this one. And we're like 36 and like blowing through it with no problem. We might even be lower than that. We might be like closer to like 34. I forget what our level was entering here, but we're not particularly high. Like, we are under-leveled by a good bit. At least 5 levels, I believe. So be it as we could come through and make, like, easy work of this world. Excuse me. While still being severely under-leveled. Has a lot to say about the game, but I do, like I said, I want to keep things fair and keep them moving, so I am going to be doing some grindiness this week. I did so in the Pokemon games as well. I've been doing a lot of grinding, so that's just so that way the end games go smooth. I'm not really worried about it in this game, but in Pokemon Soul Silver I am a little bit more worried, so we're doing what we can in the time allotment that we have, which is pretty much indefinite now. We just need to get through these games. We'll readjust the schedule, we'll do what we need to do, and we'll get on track. We'll try and get through everything. I think I'm gonna try and set up a looser schedule for next year. So, we learned our lesson in 2023, folks. It only took the channel about 3 years for me to actually figure out what is an adequate schedule. So here's the switches. We have to go and use a certain type of magic in 3 specific areas with some precise timing, and then we can come back. But here's us coming back. I cut all that out just because it takes like, it doesn't take long to figure out what we need to do, but like the timing along with it makes it like really complicated, so it's not too hard. We figured out what we needed to do and we get out of there. Now Iago is still acting pretty bizarre, so I'm thinking he's not on our team here. And what do we get out of this one? Oh, some torn pages. That'll be nice. We'll have to go back and revisit Winnie the Pooh at some point in time. Probably around the same time we go into Atlantica and things like that. You know, those two tend to have, like, just a little bit of slower nature going towards them, so we'll revisit them eventually and close them up, but right now, it's important that we keep the plot elements moving. Because outside of Atlantica, there's one other world in this game. I guess Winnie the Pooh might technically be considered a 2. There might be 2, including Winnie the Pooh, there might be 2 other worlds that we don't even technically need to go to. We're going to, because I want to show all the worlds and at least give them some storyline to go with, so that way they don't feel like they're castaways, but they kind of are in this game, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah, there's like little to no value to completing them. Maybe you get some cool little trinkets for doing so, but outside of that, you essentially get nothing. But it is what it is, right? And it turns out Iago screwed us over. You knew right, Donald. You don't trust anybody. Rightfully so. Now this lever goes down, which is going to destroy this whole area. So we're going to have to take a magic carpet ride and get the fuck out of here. That's what we're going to have to do. What else can we do, folks? Let's go. Let's escape from the ruins. I'm sure this is going to be mighty difficult. And for people, I could already see it in the comments below, for people saying, Average Joe, you could just play the game on a harder difficulty, being as you're playing it at like the baseline difficulty. I know I could do that, but I don't particularly want to. I play games to enjoy them, not to make them like... I don't like it when things are difficult for the sake of being difficult. My problem is that this game is a tad bit too easy, but I played it on harder difficulties, and it makes it way too hard. Like, there's no middle ground. But also, there are a lot of areas where I struggle in these games too, so, you know, to be fair, it's nice to have some easiness here in the Let's Play from time to time. I think this Let's Play is going to have, like, the most episodes out of all Let's Play playlists that I have on the channel, which would be pretty cool to see as well. I don't know. I think the only other one that's even in comparison right now is I did 30 days straight of playing Among Us, so that one has 30 episodes in the playlist, and this one is episode number 29, and we're still not... we're close to finishing up the game, but we still have quite a bit to go. Especially if we want to unlock, like I said, a lot of the roll abilities and stuff like that for Sora. We have a good chunk. There we go, I'm level 36, so I'm 4 levels under-leveled right now. But like I said, yeah, it'll be cool. There's a person screaming in the background. That's really cool. I like that for the episode. I like that it went as we were going around the bend there. Just someone screaming out their car window, apparently. God knows what their problem is. If I was to guess, Facifolades, probably. That's the most common thing we see in the area. Facifolades. But here we go. Let's go. Let's go attack them. Let's get Jafar. I'm gonna do a quick save here. I don't expect to be able to use my forms. It'd be nice if I could, because I want to get them leveled up, but I'm really not expecting it at this point in time. You know, the game has been pretty strict. I'm not allowed to use forms when I'm on the carpet, which I just saw, and I expect that to carry over into this boss battle here. With Jafar being... I don't know, I guess it depends on how Jafar looks. Obviously, if you've seen the thumbnail for this video, you know how Jafar looks and you know what the deal is, but I'm gonna act all surprised when it happens. Oh my goodness. I did not see that coming. No, obviously we're gonna be on the carpet when we battle Jafar, so we're not gonna be able to use our forms because Jafar is gonna turn into Genie Jafar here pretty shortly to try and defeat us. And honestly, this is like one of the most comical boss battles in this game, because he actually does a good amount of damage, but nothing that he does is like over the top, like, whoa, I would look out for that. It's just sort of like, you could tank a lot of the hits. But here we go. The organization came, gave him a bunch of treasure, and told him that he could have the treasure if he didn't tell anybody about Jafar coming back. But obviously Jafar is a villain, so he's going to let us know that he come back, so that way he could attempt to attack us and defeat us, because that's what villains do. Notoriously, villains are known for doing bad shit. So why would Jafar be any different? He's not going to be.
Just wait, Jafar. You'll get exactly what's coming to you.
You'll see what's coming. He's like, I will, princess. What's coming is all of Agrabah. I'm a bad guy. I did this in a movie one time. And the movie was owned by the Golden Mouse. Don't even bother looking. Right now, Aladdin is in a male bathhouse located downtown. Ho ho ho. Well, that was a quickie, Aladdin. What were you doing? I told him at least 30 minutes. Oh, the bird betrayed me. My birds betrayed me, Jafar. Don't take it personally. But Iago briefly sacrifices himself for the group. Iago, I saw that happen to Goofy. I saw it happen to Goofy Dog, and Goofy Dog is still with us. Don't make me think it's gonna happen to you. I'm not buying it this time around, Iago. It is not happening. There we go. Now we got Red Jafar. And all of Agrabah's being destroyed. Here he is. Oh my goodness. He's just as bad as he was in KH1. I remember him. He was a force to be reckoned with then. I'm sure he'll be a force to reckon with now. So there's two ways to approach him. You could either go directly for the head, which is going to do the most damage to him overall. Or you could do what I'm going to do here. You could attack his wicked six-pack abs. And that will cause him to just sort of crumble a little bit. You should get a triangle command, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I get it there, but I missed it. But regardless, you should be able to smack his head around a little bit after. I think if you do the triangle command, you get a little bit more time here. And it gives you a cool animation. But then he'll lock you into place and start doing some crazy attacks. As it starts, they're pretty simple and easy to avoid, but... Well, I mean, you can't avoid them because you're in place, but they don't really do much damage. Here's the triangle command there after you do that. So you just sort of spin him, fly towards him. You get a little bit more time to wail him on the head, and he can't do anything to you during this time. So, I would take advantage of this. I do this throughout most of the fight here. And then I would say you're good to get 3 combos in, and then immediately once you finish that third combo, start healing yourself if you have damage that you need to heal. Like, that's the method that I follow a little bit later when he actually starts doing good damage because we get his health down. But until we get his health down, he really doesn't do a whole lot. We just continuously do this to him. Like, the game really did not bless Jafar with a lot of good moves. And I do think the jumping combo here benefits us a little bit more. But we're going to experiment with that because we only get 2 combos if we use the jumping combo, which also doesn't seem optimal. Okay, now he's starting to do a little bit more damage. Starting to do this fireball act here, causing paralysis on us a couple times. I'm going to heal real quick. A lot of my healing here is just to be safe, because you can see these fireballs are actually starting to do okay damage. But I think as long as we follow our tactic and heal when we have the opportunity to do so, things are going to work out pretty well for us, is my thought. I just wish we had like the equivalent of Reflect in this game right now, because that was like super helpful in the last game. I often forget about it, but I went back and I started rewatching some of my Kingdom Hearts 1 Let's Play. Just because, I don't know, I haven't seen Kingdom Hearts 1 in a while. And yeah, it made me remember like how much strategy we actually used in Kingdom Hearts 1, which I was really happy to see. Like towards the end game, we really started pounding strategy down. And in this game, it just feels like it's been a button mash so far. So I've been trying to look for ways to just be a little bit more optimal with my gameplay. And yeah, it's a good reference point. But you can see here, that little momentum that I had there is probably going to be the tactic I use throughout the rest of the fight. Here I do get hit quite a bit because I'm trying to rush to him to hit him. But if you didn't know, you can't actually hit him in this state. So any other time we enter the state, the key is just to fly away from objects. Like, don't even look at them, just fly in all various directions until you get back here, and then just continue the pattern. And to get out of this, you just sort of go up and down, because it's based off of like your current height and area. So if you just go up and down and continue to progress towards Jafar in a variety of angles, you'll be pretty set up. And it does sound like my neighbors are screaming outside yet again for absolutely no apparent reason other than people like honking and doing shit like that. So that's really fucking annoying. Always makes doing a Let's Play really fun when you have chaotic neighbors who live on the main street. So people like to dick with them and they like to dick with them right back. I don't know why, but it's one of those things, folks. What do you want Average Joe to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? And of course, as always, the video is sponsored by Loud Ass Cars Driving By Your House. You could pretty much get loud-ass cars driving by your house anywhere you live as long as you provoke them enough. If you want to be sponsored by loud-ass cars driving by your house, just drop your address down in the comments below, and if I'm relatively close by, I'll drive by your house and honk my horn at least twice a week. Yeah, I don't know how much I'll charge you. Hey, 70 cents per video interruption. That sounds pretty fair. Just let me know. I'll be there. Make a whole day of it. But all jokes aside, because that wasn't particularly funny in the fucking slightest, we are wrapping up Jafar, continuing to beat on him, beat on his old noodle. Not the hanging noodle he's got there. I mean the noodle located in his brain that helps him with decision making, which he should have thought more about how he was going to take down the Keyblade and less about doing those epic crunches that he's been doing to get those six-pack abs. Because we are wiping him out. And I think this run around here, I could hit his abs and stuff and do what I've been doing the whole fight, but I think we've done enough damage that it's going to take me the same amount of time to beat on his abs and get him in paralysis than it is to just go straight for the head. So I think I'm just going to beat his skull in here to finish up this fight. Yeah, it's not going to take long to finish him up, and we're not going to take a ton of damage. Maybe a bit. Maybe it'll get... Nope, not even a bit. We wrap that up nice and easy. Oh my god, look at that mustache. Picture perfect right there. There we are. Jafar has been defeated. With that, we get a little celebratory brew. Or soda pop, should I say. So there we go. Don't mess with the street rats. Oh shit. There we go, we have taken down Jafar. And he just blew up out of existence. Just kidding, he goes back into the lamp. The lamp's been destroyed. I don't know what happens to Jafar now. Does Jafar have a nobody? Genie presents a good point here. Why didn't we call Genie? Genie could have been a big help. As a fellow Genie, I feel like he could have did a lot of work. But we still need Genie. We're like, Genie, need you to fix the city. Just as it was, please. Which is really stupid. I agree with Genie here. You could have pools, freaking tigers. You could have whatever you want. You have a Genie. You could have Agrabah be 10 times the size. For no reason, but just to do it. But Aladdin's like, no. It's puzzling. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do? No more looking out for number one. You really, I mean, he sacrificed himself, I guess. He jumped in front of the deadly staff attack. Staff attack! But was it really all that much of a sacrifice? I mean, he worked with Jafar for years. He probably knew the staff attack wasn't going to kill him. This is what we do for fun. We pull our lips to the side and make goofy eyes. Blah, 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 blah. That's pretty much actually, if you watch my videos and you ask me what do you do for fun, it's a lot of just like that. That's about it. That's what we do for fun over here. We're like, I will help you. We're like, no, watch out! And Goofy smashes into a table. I don't get, like, any of this. None of it. I don't get why this is included. What the fuck's going on? But I do like, this is a really good way, so we're gonna get Genie as a summon. If you've watched my previous Let's Play, I don't use summons a lot unless it's a really hard boss battle and it really calls for it, like Maleficent in the last game. I believe I used the Tinkerbell summon, which made it so much easier to get through Maleficent because she was such a pain in the ass, and I, quite frankly, wasn't ever able to beat her until I was 16 years old. But I do like, this is actually like a really natural way to introduce Genie as a summon that we can use in other worlds. So this part here is really cool. I'll give it that. And Aladdin does give us some hope that we will find our friends. Thank you, Aladdin. You haven't traveled the universe like we have, but it is well appreciated. So there you go. That's all of Agrabah wrapped up there. That took about 30 minutes on the nose, which is usually our typical video length, but now we have a couple extra minutes to go and defeat, I guess, a memory or a rebattle of an organization member that's already dead prior to this game going on. So let's go and rebattle him. Let's check it out. I did not expect to win here. That's why it's here, but I was just doing some grinding throughout the worlds. I saw this sitting here and I was like, why not? And yeah, it actually worked in my favor. So here he comes. I forget his name in the organization, honestly, but he's the master of freaking books. Everybody has a cool item except for this guy. He's got fucking books. Master of knowledge. Now he's cool in the game that he's in, and we'll play that game eventually. I think we'll do that right after Kingdom Hearts 2, at least as our next like Kingdom Hearts series. But he starts off trapping your friends in books here and trying to avoid your attacks. If you hit the books, your friends will spawn out. There we go. Both our friends are stuck in books now. I got Donald out because I hit the book on the way out, but eventually he's gonna trap us in a book here after we do enough damage to him, and that's when like his actual, you know, like his attacks are really gonna actually start to shine here. So there we go, we're trapped in a book. Right now we just need to find his book, knock him out of it, and then use a triangle command to get back into the real world. It does get a little bit cooler in future attacks by him, but you can see once we actually hit his book, we're actually hitting him, like doing damage. And then you see we get this triangle command, so I need to do that while I'm in the air. Triangle right here. Let's go back into the real world, and then we just get to pwn him pretty much for a minute or two. It's not that hard. I'm gonna start using some of my forms here just to deal massive amounts of damage, and like I said, I'm trying to level up the forms. This is a really bad way to do it, but this one, we have to end up in the light that's blue. I don't really know how to tell this other than it's the starting one, so if you miss the starting part, you get pelted by rocks from the sky like that. And then you go back into this little stage here. The whole best case with that is maybe you guessed the right one, or you saw where it started and you don't get pelted. But that's about it. Outside of that, yeah, it's pretty normal stuff. Here we go, let's pelt him away, but that's about it for this episode, other than defeating this guy. If you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is free on your end and greatly motivational for myself. We will have episodes for Kingdom Hearts 2 coming out just like this here on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Pokemon Soul Silver episodes will be coming out on Tuesday and Thursday. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, feel free to check it out. You know, it's most certainly going to take up a little bit of time here, but we should be wrapping up both series relatively soon. So check them out while they're still going. If you're a fan of Kingdom Hearts 1, please look at the playlist on this channel here. We do have a playlist for Let's Play Kingdom Hearts, which is the original Kingdom Hearts when I did my Let's Play walkthrough of that game. So, you know, if you're an OG fan of Kingdom Hearts, go and check that one out. It should be pretty fun. Definitely had a ton of fun playing through the original Kingdom Hearts, so yeah. But until next time, everybody take it easy. I hope you all had a snazzy start to your week, and I hope to see you here on the next episode when it comes out here on Wednesday or Tuesday if you're a Pokemon fan. But until next time, guys, everybody take it easy, and I hope you all have a great week. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Back off!